The film revolves around the image of a Chinese girl being arrested and imprisoned, but what makes the story thought-provoking is not the character's specific actions, but the way the power system operates around her. When viewed through the lens of U.S. law, viewers can clearly recognize the core conflict between individual rights and the interests that the state believes it must protect. In American legal thought, the state exists to serve and protect citizens' rights, not to stand above them. Therefore, any action that restricts individual freedom must cross a very high legal threshold. Arresting someone requires not only legal grounds but also proof of necessity and proportion. In the film, the girl is arrested quickly, with no indication that her individual rights are considered as a central factor. This creates a stark contrast to American legal standards. One of the most important principles of U.S. criminal law is the right not to be treated as an object of absolute power. A suspect is not obligated to prove their innocence. On the contrary, the burden of proof rests with the state. In the film, the girl is repeatedly placed in a position where she must explain and defend herself against vague accusations. In the context of U.S. law, this approach completely reverses the burden of proof and undermines the principle of due process. The film also reflects a strong emphasis on order and control. In some legal systems, maintaining social stability takes precedence over individual rights. U.S. law acknowledges the need to protect public order, but at the same time sets clear limits. The state cannot invoke the common good to arbitrarily deprive people of their rights. What happens to the girl in the film shows how power is exercised in an overwhelming way, where the collective good is used to justify individual sacrifice. When the story moves into the context of imprisonment, this conflict becomes more apparent. Under U.S. law, imprisonment is only intended to restrict freedom of movement, not to destroy human dignity or identity. The Third Amendment sets legal boundaries for the treatment of prisoners. In the film, the prison environment is highly assimilating and psychologically controlling, causing individuals to gradually lose their voice. From a U.S. legal perspective, this indicates that the punishment has exceeded its legitimate purpose. Another noteworthy element is the lack of a mechanism for public debate. In the U.S. legal system, state power is always in doubt and must prove its legitimacy before the courts, lawyers, and the public. In the film, the girl has no tools to challenge decisions that directly affect her